Hey everyone, and welcome to my WordPress playground. I'm Sam Obiri, and I'm super excited today because we are diving into the world of creating your very own online store with WordPress. Now, I know techie stuff can be a little bit overwhelming, but don't worry. In this course, I'm going to keep things as simple as possible. In this course, we're going to learn how to create websites that look great and actually do the things we want it to do. We'll start from installing WordPress on our computer and then taking it up to a live deployment. Imagine your online store being open 24 hours in a day and 7 days in a week, ready to welcome customers from anywhere in the world. So, if you are ready to make your very own corner of the internet, hit that subscribe button and let's start the WordPress journey together.
WordPress is an open source content management system based on PHP programming language and MySQL database. WordPress has become the most popular content management system globally, powering over 42% of all websites and dominating the CMS market with a 60% share. With WordPress, you can create a business website, e-commerce stores, blogs, portfolios, resumes, forums, social networks, membership sites, and pretty much anything else you can dream of. It's important to understand that there are two main branches of WordPress. We have WordPress.com and WordPress.org. WordPress.com and WordPress.org are not the same. Getting started with both platforms involves an entirely different set of steps. WordPress.com is for profit, paid service, and fully hosted platform. This means that WordPress.com takes care of hosting, security, and maintenance for you. It's simple to use, but you lose much of the flexibility of a self-hosted WordPress. WordPress.org, often called self-hosted WordPress, is the free open-source WordPress software that you can install on your own web host to create a website that is 100% your own. Most of the time, when people refer to WordPress, they meant the self-hosted WordPress available at WordPress.org. If you want to truly own your website, self-hosted WordPress.org is almost always the best option, and this course focuses on WordPress.org. WordPress is powered by PHP programming language that requires a server to run. Hence, WordPress cannot run without a server. The web server is a piece of software that accepts users' web requests and serves them the appropriate result. Generally, if your web server supports and executes PHP files, it should be able to work with WordPress. So, WordPress can be installed on a server running locally on a computer or remotely on a live server. A local server is set up on your personal computer for development and testing purposes, while a live server is a remote computer that hosts your website and makes it accessible to users on the internet. As a beginner-friendly course, we will start off by setting up WordPress on our local computer so we can experiment with our website design and changes, after which we can now deploy to a production environment or a live server where your site is publicly available to users on the internet via a domain name. So, without much ado, let's get started. In this section, I will guide you step by step on how to set up a local server on your PC for WordPress design or development. Local servers or development environments are essential for web developers and designers. They allow you to work on your website or applications offline, speeding up development, testing, and troubleshooting. Today, we'll explore one of the popular options, Local by Flywheel, but there are alternatives such as XAMPP, Vagrant, Laragon, and others. I've chosen Local by Flywheel for its user-friendly interface, seamless WordPress integration, and robust features. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, Local by Flywheel provides a hassle-free setup and powerful tools for building and testing your WordPress site locally. Now, let's go through the step-by-step installation process. Fire up your favorite browser and search for Local by Flywheel. Then I will click on the first link that appears on my search result, and I will be redirected to the official website, or simply visit www.localwp.com. Then hit the free download button. Next, choose your platform, and you'll be asked to enter some basic information. Only the email feed is mandatory, and it's just so you can be kept in the loop on new features and functionality. Then click on Get It Now, and your download should start right away. Give it a few moments to complete the download. Once the download is finished, click on the setup file to begin the installation process. Now, follow the on-screen installation prompt, and within minutes, you will have it up and running. Now, my application is ready. I will click on the desktop icon to fire up the application. You may be asked to accept terms and conditions. Make sure you do that to proceed. Once the application launches for the first time, you may choose to create an account, and as well choose to enable error reporting. But all of these can be skipped for now, and after, you'll be taken straight to your new local dashboard. Next up, let's create a brand new local WordPress website. To do so, select Create a new site in your local dashboard. Then click on Continue. This will take you to a simple setup wizard, where the first step is to create a name for your site. You may want to make this something descriptive, especially if you plan to create multiple local sites. You can always change the name of your site later on. So, I will just enter the name of my site as business. We will definitely change this later because we are creating an e-commerce website. In addition, you can expand the Advanced Options tab to configure a few optional settings if you'd like. Once you've entered the name for your site, you can continue to the next screen. Here you have two options. As a beginner, you should choose the preferred option to set up your local site using a recommended set of tools. On this screen, you will create a WordPress username, a secure password, and an admin email address. So I'm going to enter a username I can always remember and a password too. Then hit the Add Site button. Then your site configuration will begin. It's likely that you will encounter a number of pop-ups from Windows Defender, so make sure to click the Allow Access button on each of these so that the various parts of local can communicate on the network. After a few moments, you will see your new site listed on the dashboard along with all of its information. Hello friends, and welcome to this section. In the last section, we were able to install WordPress and everything went successfully. So now we are going to move further into configuration. Now we have two important buttons, which is WP admin and open site. So the WP admin is also known as the administrator or the back end, and then the open site is known as the front end. Now I'm going to click on the WP admin, and this is going to open up in the browser, and here you can see the URL business.local/wp login and so on. Now this is also known as the backend, and the backend in WordPress is the area of your website where you manage content, where you manage users, settings, and so much more. Now this is where you add posts, pages, change themes, and configure the entire site settings. So this is also where you have access to your WordPress database and so much more. So now I'm going to log in with my username and password that we set up earlier. And then I'm going to click on login, and here we go. So you can see, welcome to the dashboard, welcome to WordPress dashboard, and here you can see we have posts, so we can add a new post. We have media, we have pages, comments, appearance, plugin, users, tools, and settings. So these are the WordPress dashboard menus. So in summary, this is where we manage our website. Now if we go back to the local by flywheel, now we have the next button. So I'm going to click on the next button, and this is going to open up what we call the front end of our website. Now the front end of our website is what visitors see and interact with when they visit our website, and this is likened to a store that has a front door and a back door. So the front door is where the customers come in and buy products, and then the back door is for staff only and leads to places like storage room, offices, and cold room that customers never sees. So we have the back door and then we have the front door. So every visitor to our website can navigate through our website, buy a product, and make payments. And then on the admin or the back end, this is where we set prices, we input some products, upload some products so that our visitors can see. Alright, now let's start configuring our website. Now previously we gave our website a title of business, and if you can see, we now have our site titled business, and this can actually be changed. So if we go back to our WordPress admin and then settings, and then we'll go to general, and here you can see the site title. We can modify it. So let's say we want to call our business Zenith. So let's say Zenith Stores. Now I'm calling it Zenith Stores because this is going to be an e-commerce website. And then we'll have a tagline. So I can say top stores in town. So let's say top stores in town. or number one store in town. So let's say number one store in town. And then we're going to leave everything by default. And this is our default URL. So this can be changed later when we upload our website to a live server. So currently we are working on localhost. So when we upload it to a live server, so this could be zenith.com. So instead of business.local, so this could be zenith or zenithstores.com. So I'm going to leave all this by default, and then we're going to hit on save changes. So now if we go back to the front end, so we have back end, front end. So whenever we make changes, we go to the front end and refresh. And when we refresh, now you can see we have Zenith stores. So now let's go back to the back end. And now in WordPress, there are two important things in WordPress. So we have themes, which can be found in appearance. If I hover on appearance, and then here we can see themes, and then we equally have plugins. Now the theme defines the appearance of your website. So if I hover on appearance and then go to themes, and here we have some themes. So we have three themes, namely 2024, 2023 and 2022. So these are the default themes that you see once you install a fresh copy of WordPress. So this theme comes with WordPress, and you can see we have an active theme, which is the 2024. So if I go back to our front end, so here you can see the theme, and this is a beautiful theme. So if I go back to the back end, if I activate the 2023, and if we go back and refresh the front end, so you can see that the appearance has changed. So themes define the appearance of our website. Next is the plugins. So if I go to the plugins, installed plugins, so currently we do not have any plugin. Now what are plugins? Plugins add functionality to our website. So if I want to add a new plugin, I will simply click on add new plugin, and you can see we have a list of plugins with different uses. So for the purpose of this e-commerce site, we are going to be needing a plugin called WooCommerce. So let's go and search for WooCommerce. WooCommerce. And here we go. So here you can see everything you need to launch an online store in days and keep growing for years. So we are going to install this theme, this plugin. So to install it, I'm going to click on install now, and make sure you have a network connection, and this will begin the installation process. So be patient, because this is going to take some time. And now that the theme is installed, the next thing we are going to do is to activate it. So I'll click on activate. So for now, I'm going to skip the guided setup. So I'm going to skip that. So I'll go back. So I'll go back to my site. So right here, you can see it's no longer inactive. So currently we have activated it. So here we have other plugins that we may need in future. So if you want to accept a Stripe payment, take credit card payments on your store, so you can install. We have PayPal payment. If you want to accept PayPal payment, you can install. If you want to accept PDF invoices and so much more. So we can click on installed plugins. And here we go. So currently we have just one plugin, so which is WooCommerce. So WooCommerce is an e-commerce toolkit that helps you sell anything beautifully. Next, we are going to install our theme because we are not going to be using the theme, this theme. So let's go back and click on appearance and then themes. Then I'll click on add new theme. Then I'm going to search for a theme called Astra. Now Astra is a free theme that can help us set up an e-commerce website. Now there are other premium themes if you are not comfortable with the free themes that WordPress provides. So you can go to Google and let's go to google.com. Oops, think I misspelled it. It's a typo. And then right here I'm going to search for theme forest, and then I'm going to click on the first link, welcome to theme forest. And here we go. So the theme forest website is a marketplace for WordPress themes. So here you can see WordPress themes, e-commerce template and so much more. So we'll click on WordPress themes and we can click on e-commerce, and here we go. So we'll have a lot of them. So these are premium themes that you have to purchase before you can use them. So you can see this has been sold over 290 times. If we scroll down and we can see a lot of premium themes. But for the purpose of this course, everything we are doing is free. So we are going to install a free theme, and the theme is called Astra. So I'm going to click on install, and this is going to take a little time. And now the theme has been installed. So we'll click on activate. And here we go. So you can see that we have an active theme called Astra. So if I go back to the front end of our website and refresh, and here we go. So you can see that our site appearance has changed. So now let's go back to our dashboard. So when we install a new theme, most themes usually come with a menu. So here you can see Astra has been added, and when we installed the plugin WooCommerce, it has also added a menu for us, and this is where we can manage the plugins. So if I hover on Astra theme and then go to the dashboard, and here we go. Hello user, welcome to Astra. So we can start customizing our theme immediately, or we can import what we call a demo data. So we have some useful plugins that we're going to install. So next we'll navigate to starter templates, and starter templates, we'll click install and activate, and this will start installing our starter templates. And here we go. We have a classic starter template. And one of the advantages of installing a starter template is that it saves time and effort by eliminating the need for designing a website from scratch. So we'll be working with some of the pre-designed templates, and then we can modify and make changes to it. So let's click on build with templates, and we're going to select Elementor. There are different page builder in WordPress. So we are going to select Elementor for now, and this is going to show us the different templates that is offered for us for free, and then the ones that are not for free. So for example, these are free, so we have a premium one that you would want to buy. And then we'll have different categories of starter templates. So if you are creating a website for business, so you click business starter template. If you are creating a local business, personal care, professional, and so much more. So we are on e-commerce. So if I click on e-commerce, so we have this. So this is an e-commerce starter template for free. Then we'll have this. This is a paid version, free, and all that. So I'm going to select this. So click on it. And this is how our website is going to look like after installing this starter template. So here we are provided with a logo to choose from, so we can upload a logo. So for now, I'm just going to skip and continue. And here you can choose your site color. So I'm going to skip this and continue. So here we have all of this, so you can enter your name. So let's say Sam and email. So here you can say I'm a beginner or expert, so you can choose whatever. I'm building for my clients, or you can skip this. So you can choose to agree to receive a newsletter, or you can ignore that. So the starter template is going to import a customizer settings, import some widgets, install required plugins. So this is going to add additional plugins to the ones we have. It's going to import a content. So currently on our front end, we don't have any content. So this is going to import some content, and it's going to share non-sensitive data. So submit and build my website. So if I click on this, and the installation will begin. So be patient, because this is going to take a while. Congratulations! So we have successfully installed our starter template provided by Astra WP. So we can click. So if I click on view our website, and this is going to load in a new tab. And here we go. So we are good to go. So here you can see we have some featured products, and don't worry, all of these we can make changes to them and start setting up our website. So this is the front page that our visitor sees when they hit our domain name. So let's suppose our domain name is zenithstore.com. So this is the first page they are going to see. Then they can now begin to navigate to the different links we have. So these are the navigation links we have. So if I click on accessories, so it's going to take them to accessories, and here you can see the different products in this category. So if I click on men, so it's going to take them to the different products on the men categories. And if we click on everything, so it's going to take our users to all products on our website, and here they have to navigate to the next page and so on. We are going to start off by changing our logo. So we're going to change our logo, and then we're also going to change our navigation links. Now there is a problem in our navigation link. Let's suppose the user wants to go back to the front page, which is the first page they see when they hit our domain name. So they want to go back. It's going to be difficult, and the only way is by looking at the breadcrumb, and not every of our visitors can navigate through this. So the only way I can go back to the front end is by clicking on home, and instead of having it here, we're going to have it right here. Okay, and here we go. So let's switch back to our back end. So let's go back to our back end. So I'm going to exit to the dashboard. So now I'm going to change my logo. So I will go to Astra and then go to customize. So the name of our team is Astra, and then customize. Then I'm going to go to header builder. If I click on header builder, and then we have site title and logo, so I'll click on that, and here we go. So I'm going to change the logo. So click on change logo, and then we have three options. So the first tab is to upload a new logo, and make sure that the logo size is 180 by 60 pixel. So 180 by width, and then height is 60. Then if you already have a logo uploaded in your media, so you click on this, you have your existing logo, you can upload that, or you can simply go to free images. So let's go back to upload. I already have a logo, and make sure that your maximum size is not above 300. So for this can be changed. So for the purpose of this course, we are just going to maintain the image size. So click on select file, and then I'm going to search for my logo. So here we go, Zenith Stores. So I'll just click on it and open, and the upload will start. So this is just a simple logo, just a simple logo for example. Then I'll click on select, and you can choose to skip the cropping or crop the image. So if I skip cropping, and here we go. So I'm also going to change the retina logo. So change image. So instead of uploading a fresh logo, I already have it in my media library. So when you upload for the first time, it's going to be stored in our media library. So select it again, choose the image, and here we go. And then I'm going to scroll down. Okay, everything is fine, and then I'll publish. And here we go. So we have Zenith stores. So changes is being updated here. The logo on this page is set from the transparent header section and all of that. So in case you don't like the cut of the logo and you are comfortable with Photoshop, so I can simply go to Photoshop. If you have Photoshop installed, then I'll go to File and open that logo. So I'll go to my desktop and I'm going to open that logo in Photoshop. So I have it right here. So I'm just going to go to use one of the selection tool. I'm going to use Magic Wand tool. So you can do this if you are familiar with Photoshop. So I'll hold Shift and then select each of the letters. I'm selecting each of the letters by holding Shift on my keyboard. And after that, I'm going to go to the foreground. I'll click on this and then set that to be white. And after that, I will go to the brush tool. If I go to the brush tool, I'm going to make sure the size and increase the hardness. Then I can brush on my selection. Once I'm done, I'll go to select and deselect it. Then I'll go to File and save as. So I'm saving to my computer. Then make sure it is saved as PNG. Then I'll click on save. Override existing. Yes. Okay. So now let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So I'm just going to remove this. I will call it remove this. So let's select a new logo, upload, select files. Then I'm going to select the new logo. So I'm going to select that, skip cropping, or you can crop image, that's fine. So next, so here we have it. So retina logo, select that again, choose the image, and here we have it, and make sure you hit on publish. So I think the logo is looking much more better. So next is my menu. So right here we have, if I click on this, so this is the above header, and then we have the above header is anything, the space before the navigation links, and here you can see we have the site title and logo, so which is this. And then we'll have the primary menu, so which is this primary menu or navigation link or menu. And then we'll have the secondary menu, and then we'll have the cart, so this is the cart, and then we'll have the account, and this is the account. So don't worry, I'm going to guide you on how to create a primary menu and a secondary menu. So for now, I want the secondary menu to be here. Okay, and then I'm going to add something to the above header. So I'll click on the plus sign and I want to add social. So click on that, and here we go. We have some social. So I'm going to drag this. I want that to be right here. Okay, so we'll have our secondary menu right here, and then we'll have some icons. So you can click on each of these icons and then you can edit them, and you can equally add other ones. So if I click on this, so you can change the icon if you want to. you have the Twitter if you want to change it. So you can add a link so that once the icon is being clicked, it will redirect to your Twitter handle, your Instagram handle, and so much more. Alright, so now we can save changes by hitting on the publish button. So now let's go back to the customizer. Go back and let's go back. Okay, so next we are going to build up our navigation links. So if I refresh on the front end, so don't worry if the logo is not reflecting right now, but we can see that some changes has already been made. So now we are going to delete this and then make our own custom navigation links. But before we do that, we are going to create some product categories, and these product categories are the different products or the different categories of products that we're going to be selling in our online store. So I'll go back to the dashboard and then I'll go to products. So if I go to products and then categories, so here we have some category already created for us when we installed the starter template. So we have the accessories category created, we have the men and then the women. So we are going to create some more categories. So right here I'm going to make a category for, let's say, men clothing, and then the slug, you can choose to include the slug. Men clothing is optional, and then you can write a description. You can say these are clothing for men. So whatever you want to add to your description, you can do that. You can equally upload an image. So I'm going to click on add new category, and here we go. So you can see men's clothing is added. So let's add more category. So let's say men shoes, men's shoes. So men shoes. So you can choose to add a description or you add new category. So let's add more. Let's say men's or men bags. I want to make sure that the slug is in lowercase. I'm going to add more category. So this is women clothing. Add category, and women bags. Add category, women shoes, women shoes. Add category, and we're going to add more category like electronics. This will be electronics. I'll add a category. So you can add as many as you want, depends on the product, on the different types of products you want to sell on your store. Alright, now let's navigate to the menu so we can add all of them right here on our primary menu. So we have our primary menu location right here, and then we have our secondary menu. So let's go back to the dashboard, and then we can find the menu when we hover on appearance and then menus. Now on the menu, we have select a menu to edit. So we want to select the primary menu first and then hit on select. And here you can see by default we have the 4 menu navigation, everything, women, men, and accessories, same as what we have in our front end. So now I want to make changes to this. Now on the left hand side we have the different menu items, or the different items you can add to your menu. So we have pages. So if we have pages created, we can add them to the menu. So currently we have some default pages installed for us on our starter template, and if I want to add that to menu, I'll simply click on, for example, if I want to add a contact us, I'll click here, or let's say my account, and then add to menu. So right here you can see it has been added, and if I click on save menu, so if we go back to the front end and refresh, so you can see we have my account has been added, but this is not what we want. So let's go back, and I'm going to delete that. So click on the drop down icon, scroll down, and then remove that. So unfortunately, the free version of the Astra theme do not allow us to add the product categories we just created to our menu. So we just have a regular category, and this is not the one we created. If not, it would have appeared here. So it's a regular category if you are making a blog or news kind of website, so you can use this. And then we have other ones, but we do not have the product category we just added. So I'm going to show you a tip or tricks you can achieve this result. So I'm going to delete all of this because we don't want them. Okay, so we can leave the accessories. So we can remove the women for now. You can remove the women, you can remove the men, because we want to create a drop down navigation menu. So I'll remove everything. So we just have the accessories. Okay, so now I'm going to create a custom links. So click on this drop down, and I'm going to push an hash symbol so that it's not going to be clickable. So hash, I'm going to call this men, and right here the link label is going to be men. So I'll add that to menu, and I'll equally do the same for women and women. Add that to menu. All right. So next, I'm going to have a drop down which is going to be the men's clothing, the men's shoes, and the men's bag. So on the link, I'm going to say clothing, and then the link I'm going to get it from. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to product, right click on it, and open in a new tab. So I have another dashboard right here. So this is the previous one, and then I have a new dashboard, and then I'm going to go to categories. Now on categories, I'm going to scroll down. So we have clothing. So for men, so I'm going to focus on men first. I will go down to men's clothing. To have men clothing. So if I click on the view tab, this is going to give me the link. So what I'm going to do is I'll right click on the view, and then I'm going to copy link, and then I'll go back to the menu and put that right here. So you can see we have the clothing. So you can see our site, and then followed by the men's clothing. So I'm going to add that to menu. So right here, I'm going to move that and drop it right here. Now we have a sub item. So I'm going to do the same for shoes. Then I'll go back to men's shoes, right click and copy the link. So go back and paste that here, add to menu. I'm going to have that beneath this. Then the next one is for bags, and I'll go to the bag category, right click and copy the link. I'll paste that on the URL, add to menu. Then I'm going to have that right here. So now I'm going to focus on the women. So we have also clothing for the women. So I'm going to copy the link, go back, put that on the URL and add to menu. So I'm going to drag this, so it's going to be a sub item, so it's going to appear under the menu. So next we have the shoes for the women. So I'm going to right click, copy link, then paste that on the URL, then I'll add to menu. Okay. Now next we have bags for the women. Then I'm going to go to the women bags, right click, copy link, then paste that URL and add to menu. And then I'm going to move that to this. Okay, I want the accessories to appear right here. I also want to make for electronics. So I'm going to go and copy the link for electronics. So here, right here, we have it. So copy the link, go back and put that right here, add to menu. And if I save that, if I save the menu, and now let's go back to our front end. So if I refresh the front end, and here we go. So if I hover on men, so you can see we have clothing, shoes and bags category, women, clothing, shoes and bags, accessories and all of that. So if I click on clothing, can see it takes me to the men clothing category, and currently we have no product. So you can see no product we have found matching your selection. So in future lecture we are going to upload some products. So you can see currently on the categories we have accessories, men, and all of that. Okay, now something is missing in our menu, so we want to add a home, and this is going to be the first or the front end of our website. So whenever our user hits on our domain, and for this example is zenithstore.com, they need to be able to navigate to this home page. So to do that, I'll go back to my menu, and if we go to pages, I'll go to pages, all pages, and we want to find out if we have a page already assigned as a front end. So you can see we have a home and it's assigned to our front page. So let's go back to appearance and menu. And now on the pages, we are going to click on view all, and here we go, home front end, and it was designed using Elementor page builder. So just click on it and add to menu. And we are good to go. So if I click on save menu, now if we refresh our front end, and here we go. So if I click on home, it retains the home page. So if I am on accessories and I want to go back to the home, I can simply click on home, and then it takes me to home. So now we are done with our navigation menu. So the next step is to customize our home page or our front end. So you can see we can make changes to our front end simply by editing with Elementor, or we can go back to the dashboard and go to all pages, and if I scroll down, so you can see these are front end, so you can edit with Elementor. So I'm just going to click edit with Elementor, okay. So we have a very big header, and if I want to make changes to this, I will simply click on edit section, and here we have the edit section settings on the left side. So we have the layout, and then we have the style, and we have the advanced. So let's suppose I want to change this image, so I'll go to style, and right here you can see choose image. So if I click on choose image, I have some image on my system, so I can go to upload files, or you can go to free images. So these are free images, and these free images are powered by Pixabay. Now these images are free to use, so you can do a search on the image you want, and then you are good to go. So I already have some images on my desktop, so I'll go to upload files, then click on select files. So right here I'll be using this image, and this image is gotten from Unsplash. So these are images you can use for free without any copyright issues. So now the image is uploaded. Now I'm going to select the image, and here we go. So we have uploaded our image. So we have image resolution is full, the position is centered, attachment fixed. So we want the image to be fixed. So as we are scrolling on it, so you can see the image is fixed. So if we change that from fixed, it's going to scroll. So if I change that to scroll, and if I scroll, you can see the image is scrolling. So we are going to leave it as fixed, and the display size, we want it covered. Okay, then I'm going to close the drop down background and then open the background overlay. Now on the background overlay, we can add some color if we want a color on it. For example, if I want something like this, so you can see, so you can choose between this. So let's go with something like this. Okay, all right, and once we are done, we can hit on update. So now if I go to the front end of my website and refresh, and here we go. So we have our image. So if we go back, and if we want to go back to the previous settings, so we can click on history and click on section global color, and here we go. So we can update that. And if we go back to the front end and refresh, and this is going to give us the default color. All right, so now if we want to make changes to the text, so we can click on edit heading, and here we can make changes to our text. So we have this. Also we can make changes to our title, and then this a button, so we can make changes to our button. So if I scroll down, so these are, if you want to make changes to this section, so you click on edit section, and right here you can see we have different 5 images selected. So you can add more images or you can delete them. So here also we have some images and some text on top of it, overlaid on top of it. So you can select the section, and when you select the section, if you go to style, if I click on this, so you can go to style, you can change the image if you want to. If I want to make changes to this, click on this, you can make changes, go to style, you can change the image, and so on. So if I scroll down, so these are featured products, and these featured products are coming from the uploads you made on your website. So if I click on this, so you can see we have a shortcut featured product. So we have :5, so 1 2 3 4 5. So if you want 4 colons, so we can make changes to 4. So if we say 4, so here we go, we have 4 colons, right? So if I update this, and let's go back to our front end, if I switch, so you can see we have 5. So if I refresh, we'll be having 4. So here we go, we have 4 products. So I'm going to leave it as 5. So if I update that, you can see we have limit of 10. And then the next section, if I hit on this, then here we go, if we go to style, you can change the image, you can change the text, and if I scroll down, you can make changes to all of this. And if we do want to add a section, additional section, we can click on the plus button, and we can choose the colon, how many colons we want this section to be. So let's say I needed a 2 colon. So if I select that and then here we go, we have two. So I'm going to click on this plus icon to search for what I want to add. Let's say I want to add a contact. So I want to add a WP form. So I'm going to drag that to this, and currently I'll select a contact aux form, and then you can see we have a contact form us, for example. And then right here I'm going to click, and let's say we want to add a button or a Google map. So let's say we want to add a button. I'm going to drag that, and on the button I'm going to go to style. So we can go to advanced, and here we can set the size of our button. So if we want the button, so we can enter some margin. So you can see the button, the margin is increasing. And if we want to change the content, so we can say buy now or something like that. So if we update and go back to the front end of our website, that's after this section. If I refresh, and now if you scroll down, and here we go, so you can see we have a form and then we have a button. So these are just for example sake, so I'm just going to remove this section. The section is removed. So let's update our changes, and here we go. So if we go back to the front end and refresh, so everything is set. Next, I'm going to show you how to add some product. If we look at some of the products, so you can see the products, we have a product title, and we have the category, and then we have the price. So we have the price, and then we have a star rating. So this product, if I click on this, we can hover product. The product is going to zoom out, and then here you can see we have the product name, and then we have a short description about the product. Now this is just a dummy text for demonstration purposes. So this is a dummy text. So if you're creating a real life e-commerce website, you need to make sure this is descriptive and in English. So this is a dummy text. So you can add to cart, and then we'll have the product long description. And if there is any review, so the user can write a review and then submit. And then we'll also have related products. Okay, now if we go to accessories, so you can see we have some products under the accessories category. So now I'm going to show you how to add a product and assign them to a category. So if we go back to the dashboard, and we are going to exit to the dashboard. Let's exit. So I'm going to decide later, each time you exit, where you're going to be exiting to. So let's exit to the dashboard. So let's apply that. So let's leave to the dashboard. Okay, so now if we go to products and all products, so here these are the sample products installed for us from the starter templates. So these are just for example sake. So you can see in stock. So these are the different products. So let's suppose you want to edit any of these products. So you can click on edit. So click on edit. then if you scroll down, you can see the product featured image. The product featured image are the images that shows on the product page. So this is the product featured image. So this is the product featured image, and then we equally have some product gallery. So let's just view this product directly. So I'm going to right click. So this is the link to this product. If I right click and open in a new tab, so you can see now this is the product image, which is what we are seeing right here, product image. And then this product have some variations. So you can see we have this, and this. And as you're switching, you are equally switching is visible. So these are the product gallery. So if you have different variations of your product, you can upload them to your product gallery. And then your product category, you are going to select it right here. So instead of women, I'm going to add this to men's shoe. So click on men's shoe, and you can select more than one category. So we can also select women's shoes. And then we'll scroll down. If you have some product tags, you can include that. It's optional. And then you can leave every other thing by default. And then we'll have the product short description. This is the product short description, and this is going to appear right here. So this is the product short description. And then we have, you can see this is the product data. So this is where we set prices and other information. So your product data, if you have different variation of your shoe, you want to make sure that you have a variable, you select a variable product. Otherwise, you can choose a simple product. So if it's just a single type of product without any variation, you can select a simple product. If it has variation, you have to select a variable product. So that's why this is a variable product. If we go to shipping, here you can set your weight, the weight. We have linked products, we have attributes. Now the variations of this product is color. So if you have different sizes, you can equally add a new, and that will be for the sizes. And the variations for the color are blue, aqua red, and green. And once we are done with that, then we can update. So I click on update, and this is going to update. So now if we refresh, so here you can see that the category has been updated. So now if we go to men, and if we go to shoes, and here you can see we have the men's shoes. So if I select on aqua, you can see the prices will change. Blue, the prices will change. So each of the variations, you can set your prices. So equally, if I go to the women and then to shoes, and then you can have it right here. So if I click on the product itself, as long as you are logged in as an admin, you can equally edit with Elementor. So you can edit the products. If you click on edit products, you are going to have the same page that we are into. And if you click on edit with Elementor, you are going to have more options, like adding some more long product description, adding additional images and additional information on your product. Or you can simply edit with Elementor. So to add a new product, I'm going to add a new product right now. So still on your product menu, so you can click on add new product, or you can click on the button at the top. So add new, or add new. So if I click on add new, so this product, I want to add a product, let's say Redmi, or let's say iPhone. Then the product description, I'm just going to copy some dummy text. So I'm going to copy some dummy text. I'll add that right here. And then this, I don't have any variation, so this is just going to be a simple product. So the regular price is, let's say, is $800. So I'm selling it for $650. Then inventory, you can leave it as in stock. Shipping, you can set shipping, linked products, attributes if you don't have all of that. So next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this in electronics category, and then the product image. So I'm going to add a product image gallery or a product image itself. So set a product image, and I don't have an iPhone, so I'll just go to free images, and right here I'm going to search for iPhone. Now you want to make sure that these are real products that you have and is in your storeroom. I'm going to look for something much more better. Now, these are free images, so okay, so I'm just going to select this, save and insert. So this is downloading, and here we go. So now I'm going to scroll down and then equally add a product description, and this is the short description. So once I'm done, I'm going to hit on publish. So now let's go to our front end. So if I click on home, and now let's scroll down and let's go to electronics, and here we go. So we have an iPhone, so you can see it was the regular price is $800 and then selling at $650. So if I click on it, and here we go, so you can see iPhone 14. So you notice that the image appears so big. So to be on a right track with your images, when adding a product, so let's say I want to remove this image, so click on remove, then click on add product. You need to check for other product dimension. So for example, this product has a dimension of 1200 by 1200. So what you need to do is, if you have a photo editing tool, so you can simply open up Photoshop and go to File, New, and then go to Pixel, set this to Pixel, and then enter 1200 by 1200. Click on Create, and you can create your image. So go to File. Let's suppose we have an image. So let's go to Google. And let's say free iPhone 14 images. If I scroll down, so we have Unsplash, so I'll click on Unsplash. So I'm going to click on this, and then I'm going to download the free image. So now that I have it downloaded, so I'll go to my Photoshop and go to File, then Place Embedded, and then I'm going to search for my download file. So this is a recently downloaded image. Select it and place. So I'm going to resize it and hit OK. So next I'll go to File, Save As, save on my computer, and then you can choose to save in JPEG or you can choose to save in PNG. So if I choose to save in JPEG, so let's say iPhone, this is iPhone 14. So make sure you give it a name, and I'm going to save this on my desktop, WordPress images, and hit on save. Okay. Now I'll go back to my WordPress site. So if I cancel this, now I'm going to upload my product image. So click on product image, upload files, select files, and here we go. Open. And then hit on set product image. So here we go, then update. Now if we refresh our front end, and here we go. So we have a perfectly fitted image. So you can see all these images on our site are now having the same size. So here we go, you can see that. So if we go to home, and if we scroll down, you can see all these images are of the same sizes. So this is how we can add or upload products to our website. So right here, so you can see we have men, we have 14 products on the men's category, we have 1 product on the men's shoes, women, and on electronics we just have 1 product, so which is the iPhone 14. Alright, so we have our e-commerce site almost ready. And the next thing we are going to do, so the next thing I'm going to show you is how you can make changes to the footer. But before we do that, let's go back and make changes to our logo, because in the previous lecture we tried changing the logo and it doesn't affect the overall website. Let's go back to the customizer. So on the WordPress dashboard, I'm going to hover to appearance and then the theme customizer. Then I will go to the header builder and then site title and logo. So we made changes to the logo previously. So now we're going to set for the transparent header, because currently we have a transparent header, and what this means is that we have some navigation links without a background. So we do not have a background. So for example, if I click on the primary header gear icon, and then if I go to design, right here I can choose to add a background. So if I click on this, and I can choose to add a background, or I can choose to add a gradient. and then I'll publish. So but we don't want to do that, so I'll go back to the general and then the primary header, and now I want to customize the transparent header. So I'll click on customize transparent header, and if I enable this is going to enable on the complete website. So we don't want the transparent header completely on the website. So for example, if I go back to my website and then I click on the accessories category, now you will notice that the transparent header is not applied to this category, so it's not completely on the entire website. So if I enable this is going to make it complete. So I'm going to leave this the way it is, and then I'm going to scroll down, and here we have different logo for transparent header. So I'm going to change the logo. So I'll click on change image, and then I'm going to select our logo, and then I'm going to scroll down again. For the retina, I'm going to select our logo too. Now here we can change the logo width if you are not comfortable with the logo width, so we can make changes to the logo width. And we want to make sure that this logo is applied to desktop and mobile. So now let's save and preview our website. So if I publish, now we can go back to home, and here we go. So we now have our logo on a transparent background. So let's click on the category and let's see. And right here we have a logo, but the logo is a white background, so we need to change this to a black background. So if we go back to the customizer, and then let's switch back from the transparent header, and then we'll go to site title and logo, and right here I'm going to change this to black. So change logo, so I'll choose this and select. You can skip cropping, and then for the retina I'm also going to change this to black and choose image. So now if I publish, and here let's refresh, and here we go. So if I go back to the transparent, here we have our logo, and for our categories we have our black logo. So we have successfully updated our logo and everything is fine. Now let's scroll down, and then you can see that we still have the DNK logo imported for us. So I'm going to show you how you can make changes to this. So let's go back to the customizer. I'm going to switch back, then I will go backward again. So here we have our footer builder. So I'm going to click on the footer builder. If I hover on this, we have the above footer, and then we have the primary footer, and then we have the below footer. So for example, if I go back to the front end of our website, we have above footer, we have the primary footer, and then we have the below footer. So now in the primary footer area we have 4 widgets. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So this widget represents this widget represents this widget represents this widget represents this. So if we want to make changes to these widgets, I'm just going to click on the gear icon, and then here we have it. So what we can do is we are going to change this. So I can say the best store in town. So next we are going to change our logo. So this logo, so I'm just going to go to replace, and I'm going to open my media library instead of upload. If I go to my media library and I can choose a logo, select that, and I'm just going to resize it a bit. So I think this is okay, and once you're done, you can hit on publish. So now if we go back to our front end and refresh our e-commerce site, and here we go, and this is going to apply for the entire site. So if we go back to our home page or front page of our website, and if we scroll down, and here we go. So likewise, if we want to make changes to this footer area, so we can go back and then click on this. So we can click on the box and we can update this. So here you can include a title. You can say for her, and then you select your menu on this drop down. So if I click here, so you can see we have different menu. If I select my main menu, you can see our main menu is going to be populated right here. So you can see that. So but we don't want that, so you can go back and select for her. So you can always go to your menu. So let's go back to the dashboard. So you can make a new menu and then add it to your footer area, or update your existing menu. And the way you do that is if I open my dashboard on a new tab, and then I'll hover my mouse on our store and then go back to dashboard. Then I'm going to go to appearance and then menus. And then if I scroll down, so right here I can create a new menu, or I can update the existing menu. So we have for her. So let's check the menu for her. So we have for her, and then select the menu. If I scroll down, so here we can update our menu. So if I click on the drop down, so we can add a link to our different categories, just like we did in our main menu. So for example, let's say we want to create a new menu. So I'm going to click on create a new menu, and I'm going to call this menu footer links, and then I'll click on create menu. So now that my footer link menu is created, so I'm going to add items to the footer links. So I'm going to add some endpoints. So if I go to WooCommerce endpoint, I'm going to add orders, I'm going to add logout, I'm going to add lost password, account details, and then I will add that to menu. So let's also go to pages, view all. I'm going to add my account. So since we have account details, I'm going to leave that. I'm also going to add about, so add that to menu. Okay, I'm going to save my menu. So now let's go back, and we're going to refresh this. Save changes. Changes you made may not be saved, so let's reload that. Then I'm going to scroll down to the footer builder, and this time let's make changes to this, and maybe I'm just going to say top categories. Let's suppose these are categories. So if I publish, so we now have top categories. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to change this entirely. So I'm going to call this, let's say, useful, and I'm going to choose my menu, footer links, and publish. And here we go. So we have just made changes to our footer. And then lastly, we have a copyright. So if I go back to the front end, so here we have copyright 2024 Zenith Stores, powered by Zenith Stores. So if I want to make changes, so I'll click on the copyright and then I can adjust this. So we have some tags. So these are tags. If you want the current year, you enter a square bracket and then current year and then enclose it with a square bracket, then your site title, and then we can say powered by, or if you want to change that, we can say developed by this, and we hit publish. So this is how simple it is. We can make changes to our footer area. So let's go back to our dashboard, and next we are going to configure our WooCommerce store. So the WooCommerce is a plugin that enables us to sell on our website. So for example, if I go to our main page and let's try buying one of these products. So let's say I love this product, I can click on it and we can add to cart. So we just have one item, or I can increase this and add 2 to cart. So if I add that to cart, so you can see that it has been added to cart. So we have 2 items added to cart, and which is $150 times 2, which is going to give us $300. So we can view our cart, or we can simply click here. So if I view cart, and here you can see we have one item. If you have a coupon, you can add that coupon and our buyers can have a discount. So if I scroll down, so here we have the total money on our cart. So if I click on checkout, so I can proceed to make payment. And here we are provided with a form or billing details that our buyers or customers can enter, and once they are done with that, so they can make payment. But you can see on our store it says, sorry, it seems there are no available payment method. Please contact us if you require assistance or wish to make alternate arrangement. So this is what our customer sees when we haven't set up a payment method. So I'm going to guide you how to set up a payment method to collect payment from our store. So if we go to the dashboard, to do that, we'll simply hover on WooCommerce. So you can see if we have orders, this is where we can view our orders. So here you can see when you receive a new order, it appears here. So currently we don't have any order. So we have customers. Here you can view your total customers, report, settings, status, and all of that. So right here we are going to go to settings, so we can set up a payment method and other features. So right here you can see we have different tabs. So I'm just going to close this, dismiss this, no thanks. Okay, so close this tab. So we can also, so here we are asked, Astra works seamlessly with WooCommerce. So they are asking us to upgrade so we can get additional features. For now we don't want to upgrade, so I'm going to close this also. So you can see the various settings we can do. So you can make settings to the general. We have the product settings, we have shipping, payments, and all of that. So let's start with the general. So here we can add an address, our store address. So let's say our store is located at Garrison bus stop, Port Harcourt. So we can enter our second address, and then we can enter a city. So you can say Port Harcourt, and then the country, we can come and select our country. So we can choose to select whichever country we are selling on. If I'm selling in Nigeria, so I will simply go and hit that. Let's say I'm selling in Lagos, or I'm selling in Rivers. So you can make that changes. Then you can input your postcode. Then how many countries are you selling to? You can choose sell to all countries except this, or sell to specific countries. Then your shipping location, you can select the countries you are shipping to. You can also enable tax rate and calculation. So if you are shipping to different countries and you are aware of their tax rates, you can select that and enable different tax rates. Then here you can choose your currency. So let's say I'm selling in Naira. So if I hit on that and then save changes. Now if we go back to our website, so if I refresh, so you can see our currency has changed to Naira. You can see that. So if I go back to the main page, home, so you can see everything has been updated to Naira. So now let's go back. So if you are selling in US, you can always make sure you are using a United States dollar. So here you can set your currency position on the left or right, the thousand separator, decimal, and all of that. Then you save changes. So next we have products. Now this is a base page. If I click on this is going to display all the pages you have on your website. So we have a page set up for us when we imported our demo content, which is store. So you can equally change that. So when our visitor clicks on store, they see the entire product on the website, or all categories. So now if I view the cart, I can also remove item from our cart. So let's say I don't want this, so I can remove that. So you can see it has been removed without refreshing our website. So this is the Ajax we are talking about. So you can see enable Ajax add to cart buttons on archives. So we have placeholder image and all of that. So most important thing is our payment. So let's go to payment. Now on payment, here we have some demo payments that has been added. So we have Alipay, accept payment using Alipay. This gateway support the following currencies. So if you want payment in euro, the Australian dollar, the Canadian dollar, and all of that, so you can enable this payment. So we also have Stripe card processing, so you can enable this payment also. So if you want cash on delivery, so you can enable this, and your customers pay with cash upon delivery. So you can finish the setup. If I click on finish setup, then have your customer pay with cash upon delivery. So you can enable cash on delivery, and then we'll have a title, cash on delivery, pay with this. And then if you have instruction, when your customers hit the checkout button and try to make payment. So you can add an instruction so your customers can see, or if you hover on this, so you can see instruction that will be added to the thank you page. So this is it, and now we have an active setup. So let's go back to the payments again. So you can add other payment method if you want to. So let's say I want to add a payment method by PayPal or Paystack. So all I need to do is I will go to plugins and add new plugins. And here I'm going to search PayPal. And here we go, WooCommerce PayPal payment. So if your country supports PayPal, which is one of the largest payment gateway in the world, so all you need to do is install now. And then we activate. So you can see it's included as part of our plugins. So here you can see WooCommerce PayPal payment. So let's add another one, and this time I'm going to add a payment gateway mostly for Africans, Nigeria and other African countries. So we can add a Paystack, and here we go, Paystack WooCommerce payment gateway. So all we need to do is to install now and then activate. Then another payment gateway, so we can add a new one again, and this could be Flutterwave. So this is another payment gateway for Africans, and here we go, Flutterwave payment, and then you install. So once that is done, so we can go back to our WooCommerce and then settings and then payment, and now we can enable some of the payment method. So we have PayPal, so you can enable PayPal. So if I click on PayPal, and then we can continue with the setup. So with PayPal, you can pay with all of these payment methods. So we have enable PayPal payment, which is what we have done, and then standard card processing. So if we go back to payment and let's enable Paystack, and then you hit on finish setup, so you can set up your Paystack payment gateway. So right here you can give it a title, payment option. You can select one of the payment option. You want a pop-up, or you want when a customers click on this payment gateway, they will be redirected to Paystack. Or if you don't want a redirection, you can just select pop-up, text key, and then you have a public key. Now these keys are provided when you sign up on Paystack. So to create an account on Paystack, you have to go to Paystack website, and then you can see modern and offline payment for Africa, and then you can create a free account. And once your account is approved, you'll be provided with a key, a test key, a secret key, and a public key. So all you need to do is to input that right here and here, and then you save changes. So now let's go back to the front end of our website, and let's see if this payment method has been updated. So let's click on cart again, and now I'm going to click on checkout, and on the checkout, so I'm going to wait, and here we go. So we have cash on delivery. So this is the only payment method that we have currently. So you can place order, and the reason is because we are yet to set up Paystack and other payment method. So this is how we can set up payment method on our website. Welcome to the next phase of your WordPress journey. In this section, we'll explore the why and how of migrating your site from a local setup to a live host using the WordPress migration plugin. But first, let's understand why this step is essential. Why migrate or go live? Taking your site from local to live means sharing your content with the world. A live website is accessible to anyone with an internet connection. Let's suppose you want to implement search engine optimization. It's recommended to do that on a live website because search engines prefer live sites. And going live improves your site's chances of being discovered and ranked higher in search results such as Google and Bing. Now, let's dive into the practical steps of migrating from local to live using the WordPress migration plugin. In your local WordPress dashboard, go to Plugins, Add New. Search for All-in-One WP Migration. And install the plugin. Then activate. Now you should see the migration plugin menu on your dashboard. Simply hover on it and click on Export. Then on the Export option, choose File. If your website isn't that big, it may be the easiest option to export to file, and the packaging process will begin. This will take some time to package your WordPress website depending on the size of your website. Once you've accomplished, then click on it to download it to your computer, and you should have a nice export file ready to be deployed on a live host. What is hosting? Think of hosting as your website's home on the internet. It's where all your site files, images, and content are stored. Popular hosting providers include Namecheap, Bluehost, GoDaddy, SiteGround, Hostinger, and others. What is a domain? Your domain is your website's address. It's how people find you on the internet, like www.yourwebsite.com. You can register a domain through a domain registrar, often offered by hosting providers. In this video, we shall be using Namecheap as our preferred hosting provider. Feel free to check out other hosting services that best suits your need. I've been using and loving Namecheap hosting services for quite some time now, and I think it could be a game changer for your website. So, I recommend them for their reliability, speed, and excellent customer support. So, I've left some link in the video description below. Feel free to check out the hosting provider. I've left some link in the video description below. If you decide to sign up through this link, you not only get a discount, but an awesome hosting service. So, to get started, don't forget to click on the link in the description of this video. Now, on the Namecheap website, I will go to hosting, and there are several hosting plans on Namecheap. But for now, I'm going to select shared hosting. Then I'm going to scroll down, and here you can choose your billing cycle, monthly or yearly or 2 years interval. and as you make selection, the prices of the different packages will be adjusted. You also have the option to select your preferred data center location, US, UK, and others. So here we are presented with 3 hosting packages: the Stellar Plan, Stellar Plus, and Stellar Business. And each of these comes with different offers. So select the one that fits your need, then click on Get Started. Once the plan is selected, you will be redirected to the domain name connection page. Here you have the ability to connect an already existing domain on Namecheap or third party, or simply register a new one. If you don't have a domain yet, you have the possibility to search for a new domain. Let's say I want to search for the availability of Zenith stores. And here we are presented with a search result of the ones that are taken or available. So since zenithstores.com is taken, I can adjust my domain name by adding an underscore, just to differentiate the two. Note, this is based on what you want. You can add whatever you wish. And here we go. Our new domain is available in the .com extension. So select your preferred one and click on the Connect to Hosting to proceed. In case you decide to change the hosting billing cycle to a monthly one, the price for the domain will be changed. Here we have a total sum based on my selection, which includes the type of hosting package and the domain, which amounts to $40.54 as at the time of recording this video. You can get a discounted rate if you click on the link below. If everything is fine, click on the Add to Cart button. On the next step, you can review your order details and apply a coupon if you have one. Then click on Confirm Order to proceed to the checkout. Here I have been redirected to the login and sign up page. If this is your first time, then you can create an account, or if you have an account already on Namecheap, you can log in to proceed. For me, I do have an account already, so I will enter my details to sign in. Next, you verify your sign-in process. Once done, choose the payment method for your hosting package. You can choose one of the 3 payment methods: credit card, PayPal, or account fund. Then click on Continue to make payment and complete your order. For the purpose of this tutorial, I'm not going to make a payment right now for this domain. I already have a domain I bought recently, so once you have completed the entire process and made payment, you can access or manage your domain by simply navigating to Account, Dashboard, then click on Domain List. And here we have a list of domain. Most especially, I have the apextechie.site as my new domain. Now, in order to start uploading our content, I will navigate to Hosting List tab, and then I will go to cPanel. Then on the cPanel, click the WordPress logo. Click Install Now to proceed. On this page, choose the domain you wish to install WordPress on. Then you need to enter some information for your website. Note, This can be changed later. Enter a username and a password for login access. This can be different from the ones used in your local host. And then hit install when you are ready. Oops, our password strength is low, so I will add more characters to our password. Make sure you add what you can remember. If I hit uninstall again, the cPanel Softaculous now takes over. It will run the installer with the settings we've provided and deliver a success message on completion. And here we go. Congratulations, the software was installed successfully. Now I will click on this link to log into my WordPress dashboard. I will right click and open this in a new tab. And here we go. We have automatically logged in to our dashboard via cPanel. I can also access the front end from here. Alright. Now to upload our localhost content. we downloaded, we need to go to plugin and install the all-in-one migration plugin on this new site. Install and activate. Then hover your mouse on the plugin menu and this time click on import. Select the file option to locate and upload your localhost content, and the uploading process will begin. Wait for some time for this to complete. And now we have a warning. Click on proceed to complete the import. Here we go. We have successfully imported our localhost content into our live website. Now hit on finish. Now it's time to test our website. Let's head over to the front end of our website and refresh the page. Awesome, our mission is accomplished. Now our website is up and running on the internet. Thanks for joining this WordPress course. We've covered the basics, but stay tuned for future videos on SEO and security. Hit that subscribe button and comment with any questions or topics you would like me to cover. Need help? Reach out. See you in the next video. Happy creating.